Hey guys, it's Happy Howell home, and it kind of feels weird to use um, that little like tagline, or to still have that as my channel title. But anyway, here we are. I've been asked a couple of times to do a an update on how we are doing, and I'm gonna tell you guys, it is so weird. It is so weird, and it's so tough because we are doing better now than we ever have been. Um, when my husband was here, it was not a healthy relationship. There was a lot of toxicity. There was a lot of inconsistency. We walked on eggshells all the time. It wasn't a good environment for my kids. That's not what you want your kids growing up in. With hostility and anger and aggression, and never really knowing how daddy's going to respond. And um, so it was just really unhealthy, and we've come out of that. My husband left in the very 1st of August, and so we've had a good couple of months to kind of find our new normal and to come back to equilibrium. We are still homeschooling, but we scaled back a lot. When my son was diagnosed with autism, we went to see a specialist, and he said, it's great that you guys are homeschooling because right now he's probably going to need a lot of time to process and to adjust. And so take a couple of months to just really scale back and let him process and let him move at his own pace, which was great. If he had been in public school, he wouldn't have had that. And we couldn't have really pulled him out of public school to give him time to process, but we were able to give him some time. I say we, I'm not used to saying I yet, as being just me, but I was able to let him process on his own. We stuck with Christian Light Education 1st grade for a good couple of months. It was like pulling teeth. The learning to read was a lot of work. It was really intense. It was the sight words or the star words were what really got to me. Didn't like that. You could sound out the letters okay. The immense amount of handwriting practice was hard. I've since learned that children with autism don't necessarily write, they draw the letters. So handwriting is really tough, and it's something that needs to be taken really slow. So we dropped LTR and we kept math. Math is his thing. He loves math. He loves numbers. So that's what we were doing. We were doing math, and we were doing teach your child to read in 100 easy lessons, which he was getting, no problem. But we knew we were going to need to add in handwriting. There was a handwriting component in the end of each lesson that said, trace and draw an M and let them trace it, which we were doing. But I knew that he was going to need more than that. It got to the point where he was crying every time we took out 100 easy lessons. So with consultation with his specialist and with some other people, we found that, being that he was only 5, that this was technically a kindergarten year. And in our state, you don't have to go to kindergarten until you're 6. We just did math, and we did the 100 easy lessons at his pace when he wanted to, and let him process through some of that was going on with the switch of daddy leaving. It wasn't long before he was ready to come back. He was looking for more of that. I am a wreck today, y'all. I have done 2. This is my 2nd video I've done today, and I look a mess. Like, I look like this. Sorry. Real life here. So we're back. He's doing a lot of work every day. He's flying through things. We did pick up a little bit of just for fun, Mom. Let's try some of the ACE stuff, because ACE does those little, like, the math manipulatives, and there's the cartoons, and so he works on their math books for fun. They're like his puzzle book, and he reads the comic, and he looks at the pictures and whatever, and so he's just doing that for fun. So we may actually continue with that in the fall, just that, because he likes it, and we know he can do it. But I will end up doing the academic placement at the end of the year to see where he would fall for AC if we want to do that in the at the end of the summer, if we want to do that in the fall. 100 Easy Lessons is going well. I mean, it's great to get your child to read, but it doesn't really go into a lot of in-depth about the actual grammatical structure and into a language arts curriculum. So if you're going to move into language arts in the fall with ACE or CLE or ABECA, where they're actually teaching the structure, like sentence structure and stuff, your kid's going to be a little lost because 100 Easy Lessons doesn't really do that. But it's definitely something that you could do with a younger child, to get them prepped for a reading curriculum or a reading and writing curriculum later on, like ABECA or ACE or Christian Light or whatever. So that's it. We're plodding along. We're doing okay. We're surviving. There are days that we're actually thriving. I see a counselor to help with some of the fallout of being in a toxic relationship. I had my counselor throw in the word of like domestic trauma, emotional abuse. That was really hard to hear. I didn't want to hear that, although when if you ever look at the wheel, which I was taught that in nursing school, I just didn't ever want to look at it. I knew that things weren't healthy, and so I am working with a counselor for myself, and we have a lot of time. I give a lot of time to my kids to process that out, and I'm open to counseling if that's something that down the road they need or they want. Obviously I'll do that, but we're all adjusting as well as can be expected. We have good days and we have bad days, mom and kids included, but we're doing okay, and God has been really faithful to send the right people along at the right time. We at just before the winter hit, someone showed up at my house with a garbage bag filled with winter hats and coats and boots and that kind of thing. So my kids are set for winter. We're set for winter clothes. That's carried us through. At Christmas time, we had someone hand me a grocery store gift card, and just tucked it in my hand. So, we had groceries leading up to Christmas, and, we're going, we're doing okay. We're figuring it all out, and God has put some really great people in our lives right now to help us through this time of transition. And it's been, it's been neat. I don't want to say it's been neat, but it's been great to have that time with my kids to decompress and to stretch and to grow and to find ourselves and to rediscover what our new normal is. And so, that's it. Thank you all for sticking around while I've been quiet and while I've been silent. I would love for you guys to comment below and to link to some of your videos to say what you've been up to. I have been going to the Dollar Tree, and I haven't forgot about my Dollar Tree hauls. I've been too overwhelmed to do them. There's been some good stuff at the Dollar Tree these days, y'all. I've been getting some good stuff for homeschool. Maybe I'll try to pop on and do a video of some of the things that, even if I've already opened them and started using them, but that would be fun. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in, and thanks for sticking around, and drop some words of encouragement or links to your video, because I want to check in on you guys too. I want to keep up with all that's going on. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.